Dear student of Standard 9, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are fine by the grace of Allah. Today I will discuss chapter 13, lecture 5. Our chapter's name is The Financial and Banking Systems of the Government of Bangladesh. In the last class I have discussed the function of the commercial bank. Today I will discuss about the function of the central bank. The central bank is the highest financial organization of a country. This bank supervises and controls the money market, monetary system and other banks of the country. Since it controls the overall banking system of the country, its name is the central bank. The central bank is the only organization authorized to introduce paper currency. The name of the Central Bank of Bangladesh is Bangladesh Bank. This bank works also as the representative of the government and as the financial advisor. Look, this is the picture of the Bangladesh Bank, that means the Central Bank of Bangladesh. Another picture. It is situated at Dhaka. Now, function of the central bank. Number 1, to issue paper currency. Introducing paper currencies and keeping the monetary system of the country stable are the important function of the central bank. That means only the central bank can issue the paper currency. The currency introduced by the central bank is called the identified currency or legal tender. Second function of the central bank is to keeping the internal and external value of the currency stable. That is, the value of the currency inside our country and the value of our currency outside of the country, that internal and external value or balance of the currency maintained by the central bank. Third, as the representative of the government, it collects dues of the government from various sources and pays the liabilities of the government in various sectors without cost. Number 4, it calculates the internal and external loans of the government and performs responsibilities of management. Number 5, it keeps the deposit of the government money without interest. It also gives loans to the government and advises regarding financial affairs. Number 7, the bank of the others bank, that is, central bank is called the bank of the other banks. Other banks have to deposit a specific portion of their capital in the central bank. By reducing and increasing the amount of the deposit, it can control the loan giving ability of commercial bank. Number 8, to control loan. So, loans given by the commercial banks are included in the total supply of currency of the country. And if the total amount of money increases due to formation of additional loan, inflation may appear in the country. That means if money supply increases within the country, so that time the price level of the money will be decreased. So that this situation is not good for a country. So this situation is called the inflation. This bank tries to maintain stability by making equality between the demand and supply of the total currency of the country. This bank undertakes various steps to control loan to avoid square currency, inflation and also deflation. I will explain inflation, deflation and square currency later. Now number 8, borrower of the last phase. When the commercial banks face financial crisis and fail to get loan from any other sources, they are compelled to seek protection of the central bank. That means when the commercial bank can't collect money from any other financial organization, that time commercial bank takes loan from the central bank. In such circumstances, the central bank saves the commercial banks from financial crisis by giving loan. For this reason, the central bank is called the borrower of the last phase. Number 9, acts as the clearing house. It performs duties as the clearing house of the mutual dues among various banks. As a result of the transaction of checks regarding daily trade, dues and liabilities are created among commercial banks. It settles inter-bank dues and liabilities among various banks through check. Number 10, it maintains the specific exchange rate of the currency of the country with the currency of other country. That means in 1 taka, what is the value of the this taka in different countries, or if $1, so against $1, what is the value of $1 in our country? So this exchange rate will be maintained by central bank. Now what is inflation? In Bengali it is called mudra spiti. So when we spend a huge money to buy any goods or services, it is called inflation. And in this case, the price level of money rises but value of money decreases. That means we spend more money and we can buy less amount of goods. Deflation is the opposite situation of inflation. And in Bengali it is called mudra sankochon. That means when the overall price level decreases so that inflation rate becomes negative, and it is called deflation. It is the opposite of the often encountered inflation. Okay, that means over here we spend less money and get more goods. But more inflation or more deflation, both are not good for any economy, for any country. But inflation is good than deflation. A reduction in money supply or credit availability is the reason for deflation in most cases. Now, square currency. So, square currency is a situation where a currency trader holds no position in the market. Like in Bangladesh, 5 paisa, 10 paisa, okay, they don't have any positions in the market. Now look some currencies. This is the currency of Bangladesh. Okay, some pounds. This is the picture of World Bank, the greatest sources of money. This is the monetary fund, that is International Monetary Fund. This is another sources of money from where different banks take money or take loan from these organizations. So dear students, today after this you must memorize the function of the central bank. Goodbye.